It is Wednesday morning and it is 9 o'clock, which means that it is time for 10 Minutes with Tim, where I give you 10 minutes worth of my 2 cents. Remember, everything that happens on this show is my thoughts. It's not anyone else's thoughts. Let me turn that down. Ooh. It's not anyone else's thoughts. It's just Tim's thoughts, just Tim's 2 cents. And I actually had making sure that things are okay. I think we're okay for the making sure the sound was good. Okay. Yeah, so it's 10 minutes with Tim. 10 minutes worth of my 2 cents. And this morning, I didn't really know what I wanted to talk about until like 10 seconds ago, give or take. And what up, Tyler? I think what I want to talk about a little bit is this whole situation with these quote unquote doctors yesterday, whether they're doctors or not. I guess the video actually came out a couple days ago, but it really blew up yesterday. And the idea was there were these doctors that made this video talking about COVID and all that sort of stuff. And now there's tons of people. This video's gone viral because of both sides of the coin, right? One side is, look, these doctors say that this is the truth. And then there's the other side that says these people aren't even really doctors or scientists at all, so don't listen to them, right? I don't know either way. But that's not really the thing I want to talk about. What I want to talk about in regards to that is there were some posts floating around, and one of them was basically saying real doctors or real scientists don't release information via YouTube, which is true, right? Like that's accurate. That's accurate information. For the most part, you don't get your new science from YouTube, right? The process is, scientist does experiment, does it multiple times, goes through the scientific method, right? And then they publish their results in a scientific journal for other scientists to read and review and all of this sort of stuff. And, it's two or 3 or 4 or 10 years down the road before anybody in the public that doesn't read these journals actually sees the results of these experiments, right? Now, my thought process yesterday when I read this thing about real scientists don't release their information on YouTube was this. Why not? And I understand that there's the whole peer review and all of that sort of stuff, right? But if you have information as a scientist and you've done studies and you've gone through the scientific method and you've gotten positive results about a thing, and that thing has the potential to save hundreds of thousands of lives, why would you take the time to go through a peer review and release a journal and all of that sort of stuff when the fastest way to get that information to the public is through social media? Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, etc. That's the fastest way to get information to people. Whether it's right or wrong, we don't know, but it's the fastest way. So if you had positive information that was going to help people, or you thought it was going to help people, why wouldn't you release it through that platform and get it to the people in the fastest manner possible? Normal people don't read science journals. Scientists read science journals for the most part. Like, there are people out there that probably read science journals online that aren't professional scientists, right? But for the most part, the normal person, day to day, goes to work every day, right, doesn't read that kind of thing. So it's going to be years down the road before they ever even get this information. Possibly. Why wouldn't you just put it out there so they get it right away? The video is going to go viral. They're going to get the information. Boom, right? Done. But not even that, though. The thing, this bothers me for real. Like, the thing that bothers me the most about this hydroxychloroquine thing isn't whether or not it works. It isn't whether or not there's people trying to hide the fact that it works, or there's people trying to keep the information from you, or whatever. The thing that bothers me the most about it is that people are looking for another drug to fight against something. Why do we always go to the drug route to try to to find the thing that we need to do to combat something? No one's talking about boosting immune systems. No one's talking about nutrition. No one's talking about going outside. No one's talking about all the things that you can do naturally, assuming you don't already have an autoimmune deficiency or something to that effect. No one's talking about the ways that you can naturally boost your immune system to combat a flu type sickness. They're waiting for a drug to come out. You don't need a drug. You can do the thing. You can prevent yourself from dying or even getting sick. A lot of people that are getting this flu aren't even getting sick. So why do we even need a drug? Given the number of people that are actually having severe or deadly complications from this, you don't even really need a drug for it. But people are jumping up and down trying to find one. When really, if you just go outside and eat right, maybe exercise a little bit, those types of things, you're probably going to be fine, right? Even if you contract it, if you're healthy a little bit, you're still going to be okay. And I just don't understand why we always want to go the drug route or the vaccine route or those types of things when this COVID thing isn't killing nearly as many people as it seems like people think it is. And that being said, like, just being healthy is enough, really, for the most part. There are exceptions to every rule. Don't get me wrong. But it seems to me that for the most part, just being healthy is what you need to do. Not look for the next pill to take or the next injection to get or whatever, right? Like, I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand. Literally in my adult life, I don't know which way my hair needs to go. I can see it's messed up. Okay, so, and look, I'm only one man, so I'm not a very large focus group for this. But in my life, my adult life, I've been to the emergency room twice. Both times because I thought I broke something, not because I was sick for any reason. And I could probably count on one hand the number of times I've taken a pill for a sickness or even for a headache or anything like that. again, I'm only one man. I'm not trying to make myself sound holier than thou or anything like that. But what I'm saying is there are tons of other people out there that don't resort to the pill route. But it's still such a huge thing in the world. Like, why are pills the go-to option? I just don't understand why drugs are the go-to thing. Like, when you can just be healthy, right? Like, and I'm not like skinny or anything like that. Like, you can obviously see if you're watching this video or if you know me that I'm a pretty big guy. But I'm a healthy guy for the most part. When I go to the doctor for my checkups and stuff, they're like, you're fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with you except that you're a little bit overweight. But the overweight isn't making me unhealthy in other ways. So it's not that big of a deal. But anyway, I've made it to my 10 minutes. I was trying to fill in some time there. Sorry. So to sum it up, I feel like there should be a shift in the way that information is delivered to the public, and the stigma should be removed from the idea of releasing that information via social media and the internet. If it's information that the public needs, release it to them in the fastest method possible, which is social media at this point in time. That's the case. Facebook and YouTube are probably the fastest way to get information to everyone. So if the information is information that they need, that's the route you should take, whether you're a scientist or a doctor or whatever. And then let's figure out how to educate people against, and I know there's a big shift in this. It's really, really started to take shape in the last few years, but let's educate people on how to not resort to the pill to fix their problems. Let's start educating people a little more on how to take care of themselves in other ways. And I guess that's it, right? So yeah, that's 10 Minutes with Tim, where I give you 10 minutes worth of my 2 cents. I don't know if you saw down here at the bottom, but again, the Grayscale Podcast picked up its first sponsor. It's BetweenThievesApparel.com. You can go to that web address, BetweenThievesApparel.com, and put in this code, Grayscale10, to get 10% off. It's in the video. So if you're watching the video, you can see it. If not, it's BetweenThievesApparel.com. And the code is Grayscale10, GRAYSCALE10. Yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff there. So yeah, that's been it. That's 10 Minutes with Tim, where I give you 10 minutes worth of my 2 cents. The Grayscale Podcast is going black.